Hello, sound check. Hello, hello. Hello, sound check. Hello, hello, sound check. Hello, 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 sound check. Hello. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test. 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 Hello, sound check. Hello, hello, sound check. Hello. Sound check. Moonshine, Canoso, Bulensya. Three of my favorite people in the world. Naks, maka-in the world naman kayo. Can you hear me? Sound check. This is a test. 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 This is a test. Can you guys hear me? Hello, sound check. Hello. Hello, sound check. Hello. Loud and clear ba? Sound check. Sound check, hello. Sige. Backread muna ako. Oh, Miss Dasalya, salamat nandito ka. Miss Heli, yes. Miss Heli, nakatanggap ka na ba ng dekada? Nakarating na ba sa'yo? Vincent Ramos, good evening bro. Jigs Pen M, ano short name mo, kapatid? Ano nickname mo? So I can address you properly. Hello, Jeffrey. Rolly, salamat. Sound check. This is a test. Claret, Jonathan. Hello, bro. Thank you at nandito ka. Hello, Claret. Elfcon, what's your name, bro? Don't like reading handles eh. I'm an old man. I don't like handles. I like real names. Sige. Jerry Cruz. Salamat. Dito ka. Joe Martin. First time mo? Yes. Joe Martin. Yes. I need your active participation. Sige. Si Vincent Ramos ay nasa college. Good. Good to hear. Mas maliwanag pa po boses mo sa future ko sa midterms. Naku, Rolly, huwag mong sasabihin yan. Gagamutin natin yan. By the end of this live stream, paguguluhin natin ang iyong isip sa pagre-review. Hello, Lara May. Good evening, Lloyd Fritz. Thank you all for joining me for the 4, maybe 5 people in this live stream. Heads up, number 1, I'm not feeling well. I'm not at my 100% right now. I know it's sad. Ilang beses na tong magkakasunod na not feeling 100%. Pero tignan natin. Let me power through this live stream. I want to do well for you guys. For the 4, maybe 5 people who are watching me right now. Listening pala. Who watches a fat bald man from the internet, di ba? Yes. Uy, prelims na daw. God bless you and your prelims, Miss Dasalya. Healing prayers for... Yes, I also need healing prayers. Kasi not at my 100%. Uy, Miss Masungsong. Did I say your name right? Welcome. Lagi kong tinitignan ng mga comments mo. Pasensya na hindi pa ako nakaka-respond. First time ni Miss Masungsong. Remilyn, first time mo kapatid. Welcome sa ating live stream. Peach ba to? Pa-wash out. Oh, banlawan daw si Peach Guarte. Wash out siya. Thank you. Sige, for the 6, maybe 7 people now watching us tonight. Heads up, I'm not at my 100% tonight. Honestly, I could feel better pero wala eh. Laban natin to, i-push natin tong midterms dahil alam ko exam week na next week and next week. Kailan exams nyo? Kailan ang exam? Tira, sulat. Kailan ang inyong midterm exam? Para ma-justify naman na pinagpipilitan natin ang stream na to. Mahiwagang bote daw. Naku, Miss Abulensya. Kukwento ba ako? Parang gusto ko magkwento eh. Sige. Earlier today, paano ba? Aside from my biological parents, I have foster parents. They were the ones who sort of took care of me growing up. Maybe from elementary hanggang bago college. They're my best friend's family. My best friend has since moved out from our hometown. So, his parents are seniors na. And this week, I got a call that one of them may have had close contact with someone who tested positive. But they're probably get their results tomorrow na. And yeah, today I got a call. Ito yung mga moments na hindi mo talaga pwedeng iutos, iaasa sa iba eh. So, at great risk to my own personal health because we live in a bubble. Walang labasang bubble. Well, meron din. Pero we have very strict health and safety protocols in place. Paano ba? I got a call. Tapos, I ran errands for them. Essentially, mga needs nila from palengke. I ran errands from them. Meds, maintenance medication, tsaka food nila. Yeah. It was very sad for me kasi I couldn't go and meet them. I had to drop off yung pinamili nila. Essentially, orders lang from their mga suki nila na pero hindi kayang i-deliver. Anyway, iniwan ko yung big bag of things, meds, gulay, fish. Doon lang sa garahe nila. Parang pinasok ko lang doon sa likod ng pickup nila. And yeah, I saw them staring from the door window, a distance of about maybe 6 meters. Kind of broke my heart to see them na ganun. Tas pag uwi ko, I was just really sad. Parang ang mabigat sa akin yung ganun. So, yeah. Thank you for listening, ha. Maraming salamat. At magbabackread na ako. Thank you for letting me share. Backread na tayo. Ano ba ang kwento ngayon? Kailan ang exams? Abulensya says next month pa po. Nakaw, kaya pala malakas ang loob magyaya ng fellowship ulit ni Miss Abulensya. Dahil next month pa daw ang exam niya. October 25 po. Okay. It's about 3 weeks away. Yeah, maybe 3 weeks away. Sige. Bakit kaya broken ang schedule nyo, Ellen? Bakit hiwalay ang consti? Tapos yung iba nyong exam. 12 to 16, sige. Sapat yan. Divine Grace, thank you bro. Thank you for joining us tonight. First week ng November, pwede. Magandang laban pa yan. Kung mula sa first week of November pa kayo, magandang laban pa yan. Salamat Miss Masungsong. Salamat Remelin. I hope I'm saying your name right ha. Tapos na midterms nyo, appear. Sige, next week na daw. 25 to 30. 25. Yes. Yes. In 3 weeks na daw. Moonshine, ano ba itong binura mo? Sige. Second week pa ng November. Alright, that's 18 to 23. Reasonable pa yan. 18 to 23, meron tayong special parts para sa inyo. Mga mag-exam next week. Pero yung mga medyo malinis na 1 month away, laban, pwede pa yan. Papagtutulungan pa natin yan. I see Jane Holly Garcia. Maraming salamat kapatid at nandito ka sa ating live stream. It's always something special when you show up. Exam na next week. Nako, pwede pa yan. Uy, si Kim. Kim, maraming salamat. If you want to share, feel free to send me a PM. Yes. Nagsisalamat ah. Kasi kanina maluha-luha ako nung nag-iwan ako sa pickup nila ng food. COVID is real, get vaccinated. That's all I want to share tonight. Yun siguro. One big message natin tonight. COVID is real, get vaccinated. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they don't have anyone to run errands for them. Kasi para tumawag sila sa akin, ibig sabihin na ubos na nila yung mga dati nilang nauutusan. Para tumawag sila sa akin. It means, yeah. Growing up, paano ba? They would, nagpapautang sila ng pang matrikula. Yeah. Tapos, I used to live with them for a time. Mga nagbasa ng dekada, probably know them, pero hindi ko sila pinangalanan doon. Okay. Riza, good evening kapatid. Thank you for joining us for tonight's live stream. Kapatid, paying 30 seconds ha. Parang hirap mag-lecture kung ganito ang nasa isip ko pa. Let me shake this off. Basa muna ako ng inyong mga comments. Hello. Sige, Remilyn, salamat. Thank you for sharing ha. Please send me a PM din if you ever feel like sharing. Audrey, salamat. Audrey kapatid. Thank you and good evening. Wala pang schedule, pero hoping to hear some tips from you. Yes, let's prepare in advance. Thank you, Remilyn. Tama pala, nagigilty pa naman ako. O nako, exam na po bukas. Need help. O nako, Miss Dasalya. Step 1, matulog ng maaga. Ngunang tapusin tong live stream na to. Sige. Riza says, lagi po akong nanonood. Nako, salamat kapatid. Kapag nakakabasa talaga ako ng mga messages na laging nanonood, it warms my heart. It warms, and parang paano ba? By spending time on this channel, you are in effect telling me that the work we do here, the work I do, the work the team does for the community matters. It's important. What we're doing is something useful. Hindi lang kami nagsasayang ng kuryente. So thank you kapatid for spending your time, your precious time and attention dito sa channel. Thank you. 18 to 23 represent. Naku, Miss Domingo, kaya pa yan. Laban natin yan. Sige. Heli says, 25 to 30 sa NEMSU. Pwede pa. Haba coverage, especially Consti, 200 cases. Yes. Kung mahaba ang coverage, you have had the rest of the semester, maybe 1-2 months in preparation. Hindi mo kailangan ulitin lahat yung 200 kasong yan. Kung inaral mo yan during the course of the semester so far, kakayanin yan. Sige. Kaya para hindi na sumabay. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Foster parents are also fully vaccinated. They, nauna sila. Comorbidities and seniors sila. Hope they're fine. Hope they're better. Yeah. I feel that buti naman hindi na parang basta there are obvious chores there na kailangan na balikan. Like yung mga kambing, sorry provincial life. Mga kambing kanina hindi ko na masyadong napansin eh. Pero yung mga chickens, ducks, at saka yung ilang pabo, I was able to feed them. Pero yung mga animals sa likod ng property nila hindi ko na talaga nasilip. Dogs, yes. I was able to give them water. Yan ang parang naging ambag ko. Bukod sa magbaba ng bayong at saka mga gulay doon sa pickup nila. Sige. Nako, Divine Grace, I'm not gonna answer that here. Pero pwede mo akong i-PM, kapatid. Ikaw yan sasagutin dito. Okay, sige. Alright. Teka ha. Let's do this. Kita ba? Can you read the screen? Yes, no, maybe. Ito, kailangan ko ng active participation nyo. Sige. Naglolo ko ba ang aking OBS? Pwede nyo bang ikwento anong nasa screen? What's the color? Uy, Nabi, maraming salamat ha. Thank you. Terno pa tayo ng kulay. Salamat, Nabi. Layo mararating ng yung tulong. Sige. Yes. How to prepare for your exams? Sino sa inyo ang medyo nakakaramdam ng matindi-tinding anxiety pagdating sa exams? Mas worried ba kayo sa recit o exam? Saan mas malaki ang kaba? Type recit or exam? Nicey, ano ulit ng first name mo, kapatid? Pa-chat naman. Ay, pa-type naman. Saan kayo mas worried? Exam ba, recit? Pwedeng hindi. Dapat isa lang. Pili lang tayong isa. Recit exam. Recit exam. Recit exam. Pili lang tayong isa. Hindi pwedeng both. Lalaban natin yan. Recit hands down, syempre. Exam daw, sabi ni Miss Langam. Hello, shoutouts kay Miss Langam. Hindi ka na nagparamdam. Kamusta ka na, kapatid? Sige. Sige. Alright. Tonight we're going to talk about how to prepare for your exams. This is probably one of the most important things I can share with you. Marami sa inyo sumagot ng recit. Marami rin ng exam. Kakatakot ang nakaka-tense nga naman mag-recite. Pero sige, may kwento ko yan. Shoutouts! Meron pa ba? Parang lahat naman na kayo nabati ko na. Daryl, bago. Bagong dating si Daryl Yap. Hello bro. Ann Myril Pelesco. Salamat, kapatid. Siyempre si Miss Heli na parang ngayon ko lang nakita sa live stream. Salamat, Miss Heli. Si Nesil Aban Heli. Thank you. I had fun, lots of fun when I spoke sa NEMSU. NEMSU na ba? Official na ba? O hindi pa? Hindi pa kayo nagpapalit. NEMSU ako ng NEMSU. Sige. Bago din daw si Kathleen May Luna Amisola. Haba. May dash Amisola. Sige. What type of exam to expect? Pwede yan. Sige, sagutin natin yan mamaya. Yes. Oh, with that being said, lahat naman kayo ay oral exam sa finals. Nung time namin, ang tawag yata dyan ay revalida. Sort of. Venice. Salamat, Venice. Sorry nakakalimutan ko na. I can get confused sa names and handles. That's why I want to remember your names. Lalo yung mga suki. For the maybe 8 to 11 people of you in this live stream. Sige. Good evening, Mohammed. Okay na. Sige. Sa tayong bumati. Shameless self-promotion muna ako. Pahingi ng konting patalastas. Sige. The Law School Bootcamp is happening this October, 25 to 31. It's designed for college students who are looking to get into law school and employees who are sitting on the fence kung maglo-law school o hindi. October 25 to 31. Law School Bootcamp. Ano ang gagawin dito? It's like the mock class on steroids. Pahingi naman ng can I get some love from the mock class alum? May alumni ba dito ng mock class? Can I get some love? Yes. Mga taong galing sa mock class. The Law School Bootcamp is like the mock class on steroids. Sa mock class kasi, nakasama lang nila ako from 1 o'clock to maybe 4, 4:30, extend hanggang 5. Sa mock class, you're given an assignment, tapos at 1 o'clock, promptly, at 1 o'clock, we start reciting. During the mock class, I am not nice. I am not polite. I'm probably closer to my actual self. Sige. Uy, yan. Yan na sila. Mock class batch 1 and 2. Si Canoso. Abulencia. Is Domingo. Yan. The mock class is like, the Law School Bootcamp is like the mock class on steroids. Pero ito, makakasama niyo ako from Monday to Sunday. Monday to Friday sessions, start tayo ng 6. I-align natin kung paano ang buhay ng hardworking law student. Tapos, Saturdays and Sundays will start at 1. And tayo ng I will announce, syempre. Ang malaking kaibahan ng Law School Bootcamp sa mock class is that sa mock classes, puro recit tayo. Sa Law School Bootcamp, paghahalo-haluin natin lahat ng skills na kailangan nyo. You will be required to recite. You will be called to recite. Papasubmit ako ng digest, definitely. At magpapa-quiz ba tayo or quizzes? Tignan natin. Pero all of the skills you will need sa law school, we will test. You will try. Tapos, I'll also look at your performances. I will give you individual feedback on your digests, your quizzes, how you answer, how you recite. Sige. Law School Bootcamp happening this October, 25 to 31. Sunday, yung last day, wala nang klase nun. Sunday, we will sit together for the feedback. Maybe some fellowship. Ayos ba? Sige. For those of you who are interested in joining, iwan tayong link. Iwan tayong link to the Law School Bootcamp. Pwedeng mag-register dito. Yan. And, si Miss Carlos. Miss Carlos, happy Teacher's Day ulit. Thank you for joining us. Si Miss Carlos ay galing din sa mga mock classes. Miss Masungsong, salamat. For those who register and pay before Sunday, they will enjoy a 20% early bird discount para sa mga interesado. Sige. Also, there's a second link. I'm going to post a second link. Maraming nagtatanong kung baka mayroong pang law student edition ito. Sige. Sige. Kaya pagbibigyan ang mga law students kung enough people would sign this petition. I'm posting this link na ha. Sembreak natin gagawin ang inyong bootcamp if any, if ever. Sige. Second link ay para sa mga law students, current law students who want to sharpen their skills by participating in the bootcamp. Again, I have to remind you guys, I won't be nice, I won't be polite. Medyo gera to. Medyo malayo ang treatment ng bootcamp. at mock classes versus what you get from me during the streams. Deciding daw si Dio. Meron bang trabaho para sa mga underbar? Meron. Yes. How much ang registration fee ng bootcamp? 4,999. Tapos, early bird discount, 3,999. Yung discount hanggang Sunday lang. Sa mga nag-register, di pa nagbayad, nako. Sana umabot kayo. Alright. Any other questions pagdating sa bootcamp? Kung wala na, may sem break yan. Ang sem break sa law school parang lumalapat lang sa Christmas break. Yan at yan lang ang Christmas break sa law school ngayon. Sige. Very short live stream. Bilisan na lang natin. Yan. How to turn water into wine. How to turn water into wine. For those of you who are familiar, mga tambay na ng channel, siguro hindi na bago sa inyong pandinig ang kwento na to. I have very few shining moments pagdating sa recit. I think the last one na ikwento ko noong, ano ba, kay Justice, Lady Justice, whom I cannot name sa live stream. She made me stand. Ang policy pala niya, the more you make sense, the longer you have to recite. On average, may mga kaklase ako nagre-recite sa kanya ng 15 seconds. Merong 2 minutes, merong 1 minute. When I was called to recite, I stood for 90 minutes. Sobrang felt like forever. Grabe ang pawis ko nung gabing yun. Parang pati kaluluwa ko pinagpawisan na. I kid you not, kapatid. Everything. Dress shirt, sando, pants, underpants, socks. Grabe. Basang-basa yan para akong nag-shower. Yes. Hello, Miss Negre. Shout out kay Miss Negre. Maraming salamat dyan, ha? Sige. I have very few shining moments. One of them yung kay Justice nga na I cannot name. Uy, Nabi, salamat ulit, ha? Thank you, Nabi Santiago. Maraming salamat, Ivan. Sige. Si Lady Justice, pinatayo niya ako ng 90 minutes. Cram 1. Tapos, I was able to recite the caudal, followed by yung mga hypo, followed by cases. And that went on for 90 minutes. Towards the end of the class, sabi niya, Mr. So-and-so, would you like to add anything else to your discussion? And that was the moment I realized na ubusan na ng tanong si Lady Justice. Yan ang isa sa mga shining moments ko. I was so happy first year, first semester. Sino bandi matutuwa ng ganun? When I went home, I took off my dress shirt. Tapos sinabit ko siya sa pader. This dress shirt, worn on the greatest recit of my... Hello, Miss Rivera. Worn on the greatest recit of my life so far. Is hereby retired. May it serve as a constant reminder for me to chase more shining moments. That dress shirt, kapatid, apparently went to someone named Olivia. Napunta sa kanya yung dress shirt na yan. Never ko na siyang nasuot, pero si Olivia, nasuot niya yan ilang beses. Okay. Si Olivia is someone you will find out, read about in the book Dekada, 10 Life Lessons from 10 Years in Law School. Yan, shamelessly promoting the link to Dekada sa mga hindi pa nakabasa. Sige. Yan. That shining moment, naulit ba siya sa same prof? Yeah, naulit naman. The next one was 60 minutes. Another shining moment sa evidence naman. My professor made me stand for 2.5 hours. Sabi niya, Mr. So-and-so, after naka 1 hour na ako, I will call you again after the break. Nagyosi siya, nagyosi din ako. Ay, hindi. Ay, oo, nag-smoker pa ako that time. Gyosi siya, nagyosi ako. Lumpas kami pareho. Pagbalik namin, game, Mr. So-and-so, stand ulit, game. Uy, Lian Nabia. Thank you. Thank you. Sige. Evid to. Very memorable sa akin to. And after ng Yossi break ni sir, na sinabayan ko na rin, pagbalik niya 90 minutes na naman ako, game sir. And I was apparently saved by the bell. Yung last question na mahirap na. Pero naubusan na ng time. Pero nagpapasalamat pa rin ako sa ganong moments. Okay, shining moments exist for one reason and one reason only. They are there to remind you of how dominant you can actually be. Few examples lang pagdating sa recit. Pero ang aking alas talaga, kapatid, ay ang exam. Here's why. For the longest time sa aking Cram Pro, ang aking professor ay isang sikat na law school, hindi ko masasabing content creator, pero institution siya. Marami siguro sa inyo ang nagpa-follow sa kanya. And medyo bagong professor lang siya noong time ko. Galit na galit siya sa akin. I don't think it was something personal. It was probably because of my performance. Every other meeting, pinapalabas niya ako sa classroom. And then there was this one time, parang pikon siya. Kasi 2 consecutive meetings na bokya ako. Sabi niya, Mr. So-and-so, wala ka na namang masagot. Umuwi ka na lang ng probinsya. Tayo ka na lang tanim ka na ng kamote. Sayang ang matriko sa iyo, iho. Huwag ka nang mag-law school. Siyempre, dagger in the heart yun. Napakasakit nun. Nasabihan na ba sa inyo ng ganon? Pa-type nga, yes, no, maybe. Nasabihan na ba kayo ng ganong trash talk sa law school? Yes, no, maybe. No. Yes. Mag-drop na. Ako, hindi. Pag sinasabihan ako mag-drop, tinatanong ako, would you like to drop the course? No, ma'am. I would like to take my chances. Yan lagi ang sagot ko. Would you like to drop, Mr. So-and-so? No, sir. I would like to take my chances. It's always my answer. Parang, for readers of Dekada, there was, for those who have read Dekada, isang beses lang ako nag-drop. Baka bukas daw sabihan na siyang magtanim ng kamote. Nako, Mr. Pasha. Shout out sa aking former bidel. Sige. Yan. Galit na galit sa akin tong si lady professor na si Kat. Pag nag-share to ng meme or nag-share ng convo about her class, nako, hina ng 2,000 likes sa kanya. Laki following nito. Sige. Yeah. That one time, galit na galit siya. Parang super basic lang ng tanong. Bail yata ang topic nun eh. Basta napikon siya sa akin. Bakit wala akong aral sa Cram Pro? Kasi ito yung araw na laging maraming ganap sa office. Yun yung subject na hindi ko talaga natututukan. Parang during the semester, siya yung sacrifice ko. Siya ang pinakakonti ang aral ko. Anyway, bago niya ako palabasin ng classroom, you get out of my classroom. Pero nung naligpit ko na yung gamit ko, pinalapit niya ako sa table niya. Inabutan niya ako ng 2 tissue, 2 Kleenex. You take this, Mr. So-and-so, sabi niya sa akin. Ma'am, sabi ko lang. Sabi niya, you take this. Lumapit ako, kinuha ko yung Kleenex, yung 2 pirasong tissue. Sabay sabi niya, when you get out of my classroom, you wipe your footprints from the floor. You are not worthy to set foot in law school. Yan Nasabi niya, you are not worthy to set foot in law school. Siyempre, dagger in the heart yun. Kung may tumitibok kang puso, kapatid, na sabihan kang ganun, iyak ka na. Siyempre, iyak ka na pag nasabihan kang ganun. Kung tumitibok man yung puso mo, wala na, durug-durug na yan. Ako naman, I kept my best poker face. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, maiyak man ako, iiyak ako sa parking. Pero hindi sa nakikita niya. Di ako iiyak habang nakaluhod ako sa floor at nagpupunas ng aking mga footprints. In effect, para akong, gumabang ako at naglampaso ng floor. Gamit yung 2 pirasong tissue. Sige. Yes. Nako, Nabi, no need to hunt kasi sikat siya. Alam nyo siya. Alam nyo siya. Tough love ba to? Hindi na. Tough love siguro nung unang 2 beses niyang sinabi. Pero yung moment na yun was not tough love. Sige. Fast forward. Kasi that was probably 2 meetings before the midterms. The next meeting di na ako pumasok. Parang di kaya ng puso ko magpakita. Tibay man ang aking dibdib. Sabi ko, not today. Nag-exam kami sa kanya. Ang midterm grade ko ay, I think, 89. Bumalik ang aking booklet, 89. Bumalik ang aking midterms, 89. Tapos ang aking finals booklet, 97. 97. Yan ang aking midterms. Actually, gusto ko siyang i-feature sa yung law school story time. Pag na-drawing ko siya, first question ko siguro sa kanya, Mama, anong galit mo sa akin para palabasin mo ako every week sa Cram Pro? Yan. Pero, bumalik ang booklet ko sa kanya ng finals, 97. Final grade ko sa kanya, sa dinami-dami ng aking mga 50, 65, 58. Final grade ko sa kanya, 75. That, kapatid, is how you turn water into wine. Alam mo siya, Mr. Canoso, huwag tayong magpanggap. PM mo sa akin yung pangalan na oo na ang sagot ko. Sige. Na-motivate ba ako dahil sa hurtful words niya? Hindi. Na-motivate ako kasi gusto kong matuto ng Cram Pro. I think that started the love affair. Ay, hindi. Civ Pro started my love affair with remedial law. Probably during this time, pwede pa yung mga ganyan. Ay, hindi na acceptable yung ganyan. Pero it was a different time in law school eh. Basta importante pumasa ako sa kanya. That, kapatid, is how you turn water into wine. That's tonight's topic. Lahat kayo kanina nabanggit nyo medyo may kaba kayo. Pwedeng sa recit, pwedeng sa exam. Your exam, your midterms could be next week, tomorrow, 6 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. In either case, in any case, kapatid, what I want to show you tonight is how to turn water into wine. Would you like to turn water into wine? Would you like to learn how? Would you like to learn how? Yes, no, maybe. Embrace change. Yes, Miss Rivera, tama yan. Hashtag embrace change tayo. Would you like to learn how to turn water into wine? Yes, no, maybe. Caps lock, syempre. Yes, ang sagot nating lahat dyan. Yes, caps lock. How to turn water into wine. Caps lock. I-caps lock nyo ang inyong mga yes. That's what I'm going to share with you tonight. Caps lock na yes. Yan ang gusto kong makita. Yan. Ilalaban natin yan. Nakakabahan kayo eh. Siguradong kahit pa paano na itawid nyo naman ang mga recit nyo. Pero para sa akin, parang mas marami pa yung minutes spent ko outside the classroom versus inside. Sa ilang beses niyang sinabi na, would you like to drop? Mr. So-and-so, no ma'am, I would like to take my chances. I took my chances and I turned water into wine. That's what I'm going to teach you tonight. Are you ready? Uy! Naku, Moonshine, unsend yan. Paano ko ba ito i-remove? Moonshine ha? Unsend to. Sorry Moonshine. Didelete ko muna yon. Nako. Sorry, Shine. Tama ka. You guessed the name right. Pero hindi natin alam alin sa dalawang story. Ay, alin sa tatlo. Siya ba ang nagpa-recite sa akin ng 90 minutes o siya ba ang nagpalabas sa akin? Hindi na natin alam kung sino siya. Sorry, nagpanik ako at niremove ko. Pili lang kayo kung saan siya. Parang Kiss, Marry, Kill. Parang ganon. Parang Kiss, Marry, Kill. Tama na yung name na sinulat mo, kasama siya sa isa sa 3 stories na kwento ko. Hindi lang natin alam saan siya doon. Kilala daw ni Michelle Lynn Rivera yung 3. Nako, some other time. Lasingin nyo muna ako. Ay, can I say that on a live stream? Mag-fellowship muna tayo at magkukwento pa ako na papangalanan ko na sila. Sige. Okay. Everyone says you'd like to learn how to turn water into wine. Let's do that. Let's talk about this. Anatomy of law school exams. Ibig sabihin ng anatomy. For those of us na naligaw from a medical background. Diyan pa ba si Si Negre, are you here? Negre, are you here? Sige. Yes. Ay hindi kita tatawagin kapag science-related, Miss Mingulyo. Go back to the blank from whence you came from. Deals with structure. Naku. I remember my days from the Universidad ng Pilipinas, Maynila. Naalala ko yung mga ganyang moments namin kung saan ako ay, kailangan namin maghiwa-hiwa ng things. The subject is called biology, oo. Pero it actually feels more like comparative anatomy. Sige. Anatomy. Thank you, Nabi, Salamat. Malayo ang mararating nito. Actually, pinag-iipunan namin ngayon, kaya kami nagsimula ng The Law School Bootcamp. Is because wala pa kaming pampopondo ng outreach activity ng November. Nung ni-raise nila sa akin, sabi ko ng team na wala pa po tayong bala sa outreach ng November. Outreach natin ng November? Grace to be Born. One of the biggest charities we support. Grace to be Born is a charity that supports pregnant women in crisis. What do they do? Sorry, nagpatalastas na naman ako. How to turn water into wine na tayo. Pero, Grace to be Born, they help pregnant women in crisis. Some of them are victims of abuse. Some of them have been abandoned by boyfriends. Some of them have been driven away by their own families. In an effort to save the unborn children, what the charity does is take care of the pregnant women in crisis. Sila ay inaalagaan, pinapakain, tapos for the duration of their pregnancy plus postpartum care, nandun lang sila sa isang property. Tapos, the children they support the children until they grow and they are adopted eventually. Naku, Nabi, thank you ah. Thank you, kapatid. Thank you. This is very heartwarming, honestly. It's one of the biggest charities we support kasi my wife is an advocate. Kung ako, para tuloy ang babaw ko compared sa kanya, no? My wife supports women victims of abuse. Yan ang kanyang charity. I mean, hindi naman charity. Yan yung advocacy niya. Ako, dalawa. Yung we rescue dogs. We rescue animals. Kami mag-asawa. We rescue animals. We house train them. Mga tuta na mukhang walang pag-asang mabuhay. People reach out to us. We pick them up. We take care of them. Kumpletuhin ng deworm vaccines. Tapos, our dog, si Chucky. Shout out kay Chucky. Na masarap na ang tulog dito sa ilalim ng aking mesa. Sige. Si Chuck, ang purpose niya sa buhay ay maging leader ng mga foster doggos. Tinuturuan niya kung paano maglakad ng hindi nanghihila, how to run with a human. Tapos, kay Chuck nila natututunan na every 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. is poo-poo and wee-wee time. They don't poop or pee anywhere else. Basta dun lang sa spot ni Chuck, which is usually gravel, grass, or lupa. Kahit na ilang oras sila sa kotse, hindi yan magpapababa at iihi. Kahit gano'n sila ka-excited. That's how we train them. Tapos, we look for forever homes. Tapos, unconditionally, if for whatever reason hindi sila nakakasundo ng mga new parents nila, we take back the dogs. So far, wala pa naman nagsabi na hindi namin nakakasundo. Yan. That's one of our causes. Ako, personally, ang cause ko, ito, to help raise an entire generation of God-fearing lawyers who can bring justice where there is none. Parang, salamat Nabi, kay Ivan Santiago. Salamat kapatid. Para tuloy ang babaw ko, si wife ko takes care of pregnant women in crisis. Siya ang nag-introduce sa akin sa charity ng Grace to be Born. And in effect, yung one big outreach namin of the year is through that charity. So, when the team came up, approached me, parang 2 months ago, na wala pa silang bala para sa outreach ng November, yung annual outreach namin, we thought of the law school boot camp. For a portion of the law school boot camp will go to Grace to be Born. Sila ang primary beneficiary ng the law school boot camp. So, thank you para sa mga magpaparegister. Sige. Teka, ba't tayo napunta doon? Nag-refresh na ba ang inyong screen? OBS is stuck sa aking, OBS is stuck on my end. Hindi pa yata nagpapalit. Anatomy of Law School exams na ba ang inyong nasa screen? Sorry, ang daldal ko. Anatomy of Law School exams. Yes, no, maybe. Kasi hindi nagre-refresh sa akin eh. Feeling ko na nabulunan ng aking OBS. Moonshine, tech support. Anatomy na. Naku, thank you. Nasaan na ba yung si Moonshine? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for rescuing, ha? I know our effort is small. I mean, friends of friends lang ang nagtuturo sa amin kung sino ang mayroong mga... Si Chuck actually is a rescue doggo. Sila yung batch ng mga tuta na hindi pinadede ng nanay. Siya ang pinakamaliit, pinakasakitin. Nung dumating to sa bahay, malaki pa yung bond paper. Legit. Sinlaki lang siya ng bond paper. Ganon kalaking higaan niya. So ngayon, ang taba na niya. He's grown overweight kasi hindi kami nakakatakbo. I got sick. Na-lockdown kami. Yung kain niya na before lockdown, kain pa rin niya ngayon. Tapos si Chuck, hindi na kami nakakatakbo because of my health. Sige. Thank you. Anatomy of Law School exams. Anatomy of Law School exams. How are law school exams drafted? Shortcutin ko na, dami ko nang kinwento sa inyo. Sige. Law school exams, para sa mga, meron pa ba sa inyo ang nakakita ng nakaapak pa sa classroom? Please type classroom. Please type classroom kung umabot pa kayo sa classroom. Please type classroom. Mukhang wala na. Let me take a hydration break. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Kala ko pa naman I'm speaking to a crowd ng puro online na. Sige. Meron pa palang umabot sa inyo ng classroom. Okay, during my time, many years ago, iisa ang structure ng mga exams. Generally, sige. Hindi pa pala yun. Okay. Ang aking alas pagdating sa exam, tinuturing kong alas ang aking mga exams. Kasi pagdating sa recit, mahiyain ako eh. I'm actually very awkward and shy in real life. Pero, pagdating sa written work, I tend to excel. My strength has always been writing. Sige. Now, Sheila, wag ka magpanggap. Umabot ka sa classroom. Sige. On an individual level, professors are very, very difficult to predict. On an individual level, professors are very difficult to predict. Primarily because individuals do not know what they want. Halimbawa, bukas, alam nyo ba anong gusto nyong lunch? Ano ang gusto nyong lunch? Ano ang gusto nyong lunch bukas? On an individual level, hindi natin alam. Individuals are very difficult to predict primarily because individuals do not know what they want. Ay, gatang isda. Magandang laban yan. Pakopya ako Miss Abulensya. Adobo po. Chicken and pork. Naku, gusto ko yan. Guys, no food cravings past 10 o'clock ha. Nasa probinsya ako. Walang mga Grab dito tsaka Food Panda hanggang alas 6 lang. Probinsya to. Huwag nyo akong inaano. Sige. Chicken and pork adobo. Yes. Barbecue. Stop, Miss Mengulyo. Probinsya to. Saan ako hanap ng barbecue na alas 11? Tinolang manok. Probably. Yes. Yes. What is buwad? It sounds bastos, bro. What is buwad? Ano ang buwad? Sounds bastos. I don't want to say it again. Mingulyo, kung nakarating ka dito, walang kanto dito. Probinsya to, men. Like probinsya. Earlier in the stream na mention ko yung foster parents ko nag-aalaga pa ng kambing. Hindi ko sila napakain kanina. Hindi ko sila nalipat. Bulalo, kaldereta. Dried salty fish. That's... Okay. Buwad is tuyo. Oh, sorry. Sorry for being, dried fish pala siya. Yes, I like dried fish. We enjoy dried fish on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Bukas pala. Yan pala ang almusal namin. Yan. Assorted dried fish. Thank you. Lechon. Yayamanin Miss Heli. Sana all lechon ang lunch bukas. Individually, it's very difficult for us to think of what we want because individuals do not know what they want. On an individual level, professors are very difficult to predict because they do not know what they want. Pero pag sama-samahin mo ang mga professors, pag patong-patungin mo sila, and suddenly, their behavior becomes much, much more predictable. Buwad. Or buwad. Buwad. Sige. Lomi Batangas. Nako, Jane Hali Garcia. Saan ako hahanap ng Lomi dito? Sige. Okay. Enough of the food. Professors are very easy to predict kung pagsasama-samahin mo sila. At the core of it all. Sana walang professor ang makapanood nito Kaya nga anonymous tayo sa Lexian Motion Kasi natotalk shit na ako in real life. Can I say that on a stream? Shit. Ay, sorry. Bleep. Yeah. I hate it when professors watch my content. Kasi they hate it also that I sell them out. Paano ba? On an individual, collectively, mas madali silang i-predict. Eto na, makinig. Maglabas na ng pad, paper at panulat. And your favorite writing implement. All law school questions come from 4 sources. All law school questions come from 4 sources. Ulit. All law school questions come from 4 sources. Ready? Type ready nga. Oh, sorry for the profanity. Don't think I can. Ready na ready. Sige. Yeah. We're all adults, Miss Helly. Pero YouTube doesn't think like that Sige. Teaching profession. Yes, no, maybe. Paano ba? Nagturo before? Considering na magturo ulit? Been offered by 2 schools. Pero I've said no to both. Sinabi ko na lang health reasons, pero ang totoo, mas ramdam ko na mas marami akong maiaambag dito sa channel versus maybe 60 people, 2 sections na mahahawakan ko sa isang semester. Feeling ko mas malaki ang tulong ko dito if I occupy the space between the students and professors. Yes. Born ready. Nice one. Sige. All law school questions come from 4 things. So important that I'm gonna say them many times. All law school questions come from 4 things. They can come from a rule, a concept, a provision, and a doctrine. Ulit. All law school questions come from 4 things. Number 1, rule. 2, provision. 3, concept. Number 4, doctrine. Okay, type nyo for the benefit ng mga hindi nakabasa. Sige. Ay nakarinig. 4 lang ang pinanggagalingan ng lahat ng tanong sa law school. They can come from a rule, a provision, concept, or doctrine. 4 lang yan. Think about it. Sa lahat ng mga tinanong sa inyo, in all your years in law school, I'm talking sa mga nagsabi ng classroom kanina. Yan. Think about it. 4 ang pinanggagalingan ng lahat ng tanong. Sa mga nagsabing may exam na sila, nag-exam na sila this week, last week, think about it. You were asked based on 4 things. Rules, provisions, concepts, or doctrines. Wait lang hydration break. Apat ang pinanggagalingan ng tanong, kapatid. Rule, provision, concept, doctrine. Yang apat lang na yan. Umiikot lang sa apat na yan. So, paano ginagawa ang mga tanong? Paano ginagawa ang mga tanong? When your professors draft exam questions, what they usually do is they look at their syllabus. Step 1 sa kanila. Sa kanila, not you. Tumingin sa syllabus. Pumili ng rule, concept, rule, provision, concept o doctrine na gusto nilang itanong. Hello, Menard bro. Salamat, nandito ka. Sige. Pipili sila ng apat na, alinman sa apat na yan. Tapos, they will build facts around them. Pag definition ng terms, a term is a concept. Yes, no, maybe. Pag pinapadefine ka, it's still going to come back to a concept. Sige. Permutations lang yan. Pipili sila ng apat, alin man ng isang rule, tapos they will build facts around it. They will build a question around it. Okay. Pagkatapos nilang makapili, gagawa na sila ng problem. From there, yan na ang inyong exams. Diyan sila nang gagaling. Titingin sila sa syllabus, pipili sila ng mga topics na pwedeng rule, concept, doctrine, or provision na pwede nilang buildan ng kanilang facts. From their facts, ilalatag yan. Ibibigay na yan sa atin. General rule. Exceptions. Sometimes a concept, a rule, a concept, provision, or doctrine is too simple. And that's why they have to compound. Compounding is the combination of two or more rules, concepts, provision, or doctrines into one problem. Halimbawa, epic para sa akin si Attorney Rabuya. Pinaghalo niya yung doctrines ni Republic versus Silverio versus the Republic at saka yung case ni Jennifer / Jeff Kagandahan na much later on ay naging bar problem. Sige. Pero tinanong niya yan midterms. Okay. Now that you know how questions are drafted, let's talk about this. Where do questions come from? Where do questions come from? Sabi ko sa inyo kanina, on an individual level, professors are very difficult to predict. Pero pag pinagsama-sama mo sila, they tend to show their tendencies. Where do questions come from? Parang kanta yan ni Tita Whitney ah. Nag-refresh ba sa inyo? Iinarte ang aking OBS eh. Parang hindi yata pa kayo nasa next slide. Nasa next slide na ba kayo? Yes, no, maybe. Ayun! Mr. Canoso for the win. Yes, that's the title of the Tita Whitney song na nasa isip ko kanina pa. Yan. Nag-refresh na pala. Yes. Sige. Points distribution. Let's talk about that for a moment. When you look at the anatomy of an exam, pwedeng your exam could come from... Ay, teka. Let's show an example muna of compounding. Anyone here who was present last Tuesday? Pa-type nga Tuesday. Kung nandito kayo ng Tuesday. Tuesday. Type Tuesday kung nandito kayo ng Tuesday. Yes. Thank you. Nandito kayo ng Tuesday. Yan. We talked about PJQ. Pero rather than simply ask you about the rules on PJQ, you have section 6 ng rule 111 and then section 7 ng rule 111. Rather than simply ask you about that rule, pwedeng ipa-kodal ko na lang eh. Pero, when I made a hypothetical problem involving, sino nga yung tatlo? Sino nga yung tatlong characters natin noong Tuesday? For those of you who watched last Tuesday's stream. Yung masyadong nagbubukas ng kwentong rem eh. Dadalawa lang yan. Either antukin kayo o umagahin tayo. Sige. Shera was there. Sino pa? Shera was featured in one of our problems. Alicia Shera. Sino pa? Tatiana. Naku, Nairobi. Andyan ba siya? Hindi. Towards the end na si Nairobi eh. Nung tinatanong ko sa inyo, paano ang Berlin? Very good. Si Nairobi nandun na lang, bakit hindi pwedeng maging defense na bigamos ang second marriage? Sige. Berlin, Shera, and Tatiana. Berlin, Tatiana, and Shera. Alicia Shera. Silang tatlo. Sige. Rather than ask you about PJQ, kino-compound ko yung problem by combining bigamy, the concept of bigamy, the crime of bigamy, ang elements ng bigamy, and then the essential requisites of marriage. Sige. PJQ and bigamy. Yes. Yan ang compounding. I hope you appreciate why. Hindi, mamaya mas magigets nyo to. Teka, ito muna. Where do questions come from? Points distribution. Usually, ang isang exam sa law school can range anywhere from 1 to 25 questions. Usually, 1 to 13 questions worth 8 points each. Tapos, nagpapasobra. Each question, each item, pwedeng manganak. Sila ang nakakainis. Sila ang nakakainis ng mga exam. Lalo pag nanganganak. Buisit na buisit tayo, kapatid, kapag nanganganak ang mga hypo. Tapos, ang liliit lang, tagto 2 points. Haba-haba ng isasagot mo, tas 2 points lang. Ang pagpapahaba ng exam ay isa sa mga paraan para pahirapan tayo ng professors. Lalo ngayong pandemic, lalo ngayong online class, kung wala rin silang tiwala sa inyo at sa inyong ability na maging honest. Sorry yan, throwback to sa ating napag-usapan ng isang live stream about cheating. Kung wala rin silang tiwala sa inyo, in your ability to be honest during exams, ay dinadaan tayo sa pahabaan. Agree? Yes, no, maybe. Agree? Yes, no, maybe. Naku, I need your active participation. Still not feeling well, just getting my second wind right now. So pinapahaba ang mga problems. Yes, no, maybe. Yes. Thank you for agreeing. For the 4, maybe 8 people of you still remaining on this live stream. Yes. Inuubos lang nila yung oras. They're trying to waste our time. Yan ang kailangan yung heads up yan. Mga headset gang, syempre walang gimmick dyan. Pinapahaba na lang. Siguro ang sikat dyan, mga chat group, secret chat group gang. 'Di ba? Yan. Point distribution. On average, ang range ng exam is anywhere from, shortest exam ko was 4 questions. Longest exam ko was 27 questions. On average, I'm gonna go ahead and say 12 to 13 questions. 12 to 13 questions. Diyan tayo. Tapos pwedeng manganak sila for a total of 100 points. Pagdating sa law school, kapatid, don't expect mercy. Huwag kayong maghihintay ng kabaitan ng mga professor. Kung ano ang yung raw score, yun na ang inyong grade. Kung naka 97 of 100 ka, take a bow. You have just turned water into wine. Pero, pwede kang magka-midterm grade ng 22, 24. Lowest midterm grade ko was, I think 22. Oo, 22. 22 ang aking lowest midterm grade. Sa club, no? Yan, 22. Kulang pampang LRT. Mag-manage ng sagot, depende sa points. Pwede. Let's talk about that in a future live stream. How to answer na. Sige, where do questions come from? Kung 1 to 13 questions yan, expect that the last 2 questions, minsan numbers 1 and the last 2 numbers. Bakit tinotroll tayo kapag first question? Correct, Mohammed. It's one point I would like to make. The goal of every exam, another important point, pwede bang pakisulat? Pwede bang isulat nyo to? Isulat nyo to. Sige. Pwede bang isulat nyo to? Pag meron ng papel at panulat, please type ready. Please type ready. Good point, Menard. Magla akong may naalalang importanteng bagay. Please type ready. Okay, for the 3, 4, maybe 5 people who are ready, here's some premium knowledge for you. The goal of every exam, is to deny you every single point. Ulit. The goal of every exam is to deny you every single point. The goal of every exam is to deny you every single point. Our goal, at least for the 11, 12 people who are still on this live stream, our goal is to fight for every point. The goal of every exam is to deny you every single point. Our goal, on the other hand, is to fight for every single point. Yan. How do professors deny you every single point? I've mentioned one already. Pinapahaba nila exam. Lalo ngayong online. Sige. Paano pa sila nagde-deny ng points? Nagde-deny din sila by making a very, 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 very difficult question number 1. Kaya conventional wisdom says, huwag ka sasagot ng number 1. At least huwag mong babasahin. Sila ang mga question na dinesign para magpanic ka. Pag sira kumpiyansa mo sa round 1, question numbers 2, 3, and 4, kahit codal lang yan, hindi ka makakasagot. Pero yung una, doon nila binubuhos yung hirap. Why? Bakit mahirap ang una? Oo, out of range, out of coverage. Yes. Bakit mahirap ang unang question? Bakit mahirap ang unang question? Menard, sagutin mo na bro. Bakit mahirap ang unang question? Kanoso, bakit mahirap ang first question? Yes, correct. Remilin Masungsong, very good. Para magpanik ang estudyante. Para durugin ka. Para maubos oras mo. Panindak. Very good. That's why we don't answer question number 1. Pero I always read question number 1. Just for me to know kung ginagalingan ba ng prof namin. I always read the first question. Pero ako to eh. Kasi gusto kong malaman how to game the game. Sa meta-analysis ng law school exams, nagbabasa ako ng first problem. Pero ang advice ko sa inyo, huwag nyo nang sagutan. Ako binabasa ko lang. Minsan sinasagutan ko lang din. Kapag alam ko na, tansyado ko naman na sasabay, lalaban. Sige. Ayan, si Elaine daw, tumo-throwback, flashbacks daw. Sa exam niya kanina sa Consti. Yes, first question is going to be the most difficult. Usually the most difficult. Sige. Where do questions come from? Questions always come from 80% of all the questions will come from 20% of your reading materials. 80% of all your questions will come from 20% of the materials. Bakit doon? Realistically, I've seen it happen na 60% ng questions will come from 40% of the material. Sometimes it's 70-30. Pero most commonly 80-20. Pasok sa 80-20. Let's do a concrete example. Let's look at criminal law 1. Sino ang taking ng Crim 1? Or have taken Crim 1? Saan natatapos ang coverage ng Crim 1? Saan natatapos? Saan ang coverage ng Crim? Me taking Crim 1. Sige, Nabi. Saan coverage nyo? 20. Pwede. Oo, midterms usually GMA lang yan. Di nalalampas dun. Crim 1 ha? 113. Layo na yan. Yan. Sige. Classic na halimbawa dito talaga ang GMA. Justifying, exempting, mitigating, aggravating, and alternative circumstances. Sige. 80% of your questions will come from 20% of the material. 80% of the questions will come from 20% of the material. 80% ng tanong manggagaling sa GMA. Justifying, exempting, mitigating, aggravating, alternative. Yan. Diyan lang. Pero kung titignan mo, pag kinurot mo yung libro ni Reyes, parang realistically parang 40% ng material si GMA tama. Kung umabot man ng coverage nyo ng hanggang pwedeng penalties, konti lang yun compared sa bulto na manggagaling sa GMA. I hope I'm making sense, ha? I hope I'm making sense. What I'm trying to show you here is not how to prepare for your midterms. How to prepare. What I'm trying to show you here is a hack. What I'm trying to show you here is para sana ma-appreciate nyo that I'm sharing exams, law school exams from the other side of the desk. Not from the desk of a student, but from the desk of an examiner. Sige. . Where do questions come from? 80-20. That's one. Where do questions come from? Manonote nyo ito sa kung saan tumatambay ang prof nyo. Saan pinakamatagal ang discussion? Jemaa pa rin, no? Kung ang coverage nyo ay 1 hanggang penalties, hindi naman. Pwedeng 1 hanggang Jemaa. Saan tumambay? Justifying? Exempting. Saan tumambay? Saan? Saan kayo tumambay? Nabi, nandito ka ba ba? Ivan bro, saan kayo tumambay sa klase? Para ma-predict natin kung saan manggagaling exam mo. Saan tumambay? 11 daw. Yan ba sinabi? Justifying, yes. Yes. Caudal na caudal talaga to. Sige. Yes. Panahon ni Lady Justice. Hindi ka lalampas sa kanya kung hindi ka nakapag-caudal. Kung saan may overlap pwedeng tambayan. Pero generally, kung sa Jemaa, ang unang tatambayan dyan, justifying. Exempting, medyo takbuhan din yan eh. Mitigating, pwedeng kinocombine sa iba. Tas tatambay ulit sa aggravating. Tatambay ulit sa aggravating. Tapos mga qualifying circumstances. Yes. Sige. Wala na yata si Ivan. Nako. Sayang. Okay. That's where questions come from. Number 1, questions come from 80% of the questions will come from 20% of the material. Anong topics ang pipiliin? Yan. Naku, Article 7 pa lang kayo. Probably tinambayan dyan. 2-4. 2-3-4. Tambay ulit ng 11. 7-8-9. Naku, maghahabol lang inyong substitute professor. Hahabol yan ng coverage. Tsak, tatambay kayo 11. Caudal lang mga tanong pagdating sa justifying. Sige. Saan po tatambay ang profs? Sa Cram Pro midterms. Makakasagot niyan kapatid ikaw at ang iyong mga kaklase. Hindi ka namin kaklase kaya hindi ko alam saan kayo tumambay sa klase. Pero kung tinatanong mo kung saan ang bulto ng mga tanong, caudal. 110, 111, 112. Okay. Okay. So what I'm trying to share here is that malalaman nyo kung saan sila tumatambay. Where do questions come from? Next slide. Yan. Nag-refresh ba sa inyo? Kita ba? Sa akin hindi pa nagpapalit eh. Sinusumbong yata tong OBS ko. Tayin natin. Yes. Goldilocks rule. What's this? Goldilocks rule. Goldilocks rule. Ano to? Ano tong Goldilocks rule na to? What's this Goldilocks rule? Mga nakabasa na ng dekada alam na to. Mga coach ko dyan na nagtatago, alam nyo na to. Goldilocks rule for our exams. This is something na I figured out in my years in law school. If a topic is too basic, it will not be asked. Again, if a topic is too basic, it will not be asked. Why? Because as a law student, you are expected to read, and read. Read, and read. Basa lang. Only basa tayo. If you're a law student, if a question is too basic, it will not be asked. Una, kasi kung basic masyado yan, kaya nyong sagutan yan. Pinasok nyo lang yung minimum requirements. Nag-shoot lang kayo doon sa minimum requirements. And therefore, hindi sasayangin ng prof ang kanyang effort na magtanong pa dyan. Next. Alam nyo naman yung kwento ni Goldilocks, no? If it is too technical, again, it will not be asked. If a topic is too technical, itatanong lang siya in the context ng doctrine. If a topic is too technical, it will only be asked in the context of a doctrine. Why? Kasi professors love themselves. Di namin sasakitin ng aming mga ulo, pasasamahin ng aming mga loob. Kaka-check ng mga tanong na kung magbibigay kami ng technical na tanong, bibigay ng technical na tanong ang iyong professor kapatid, sayang ang oras niya. Buong block nyo, manghuhula lang. Buong block nyo, manghuhula lang. Sayang ang oras niya. Tapos, paano naman niya gigradean yun kung pangit pa yung sulat mo? Shoutouts ba tayo sa pangit ang sulat dyan? Ako. Parang wala na yung, parang umalis na yung nawawala na siya sa chat group. Mga pangit ang sulat. Sige. Yan. Pangit na sulat. 70 kayo sa block nyo, Ivan. Grabe. Paano to? Parang daw papayag ng ganito. Yan. Shoutout sa pangit ng sulat. Pero wala na sa mga, wala na yata sa inyo ang nasa coaching program eh. Or wala na yung pinaparinggan kung pangit ang sulat na coachee. Kapatid, gaganda na sulat mo. Teka na next week. Darating na ang yung magagandang fountain pen. Pangit na sulat. Kalkal chicken. Tapos technical yung problem. Tapos manghuhula lang kayo. Kalkal chicken pa. Naku, sayang oras. Ilalagak na lang namin ang aming oras sa Squid Game. Sayang ang oras. Sige. Okay. Kapag too technical, hindi na itatanong. Exception, itatanong siya kung may doctrine na 1:1. Kapag too basic, hindi rin itatanong. Pumasok ka lang sa minimum requirements. Agree, Mr. Putungan. Binuksan mo na ba yung yung fountain pen na in-story mo nung isang araw? Nagpalit ka na ba ng nib? Ang pagpapaganda ng sulat, kapatid, wala sa muscle memory. 90% ng results mo will come from a good writing instrument. Sige. Magbibigay ako ng halimbawa. Anyone here taking StatCon? Anyone here taking StatCon? If you're taking StatCon, pakitype nga StatCon. Sorry StatCon itong nabunot ko. Kasi may coachee ako na namumroblema sa StatCon. Here po ay StatCon. Sige. Magbabanggit ako ng topic. Let's play a game. Magbabanggit ako ng topic. Tapos, i-identify nyo kung too basic. Ito ang mga sagot bale. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Game? Game na ba? Nagbibigay ako ng topic. Tapos, i-identify nyo kung ito ay too basic, technical, o Goldilocks zone? Game, 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 game. Game. Ang nag-game ay si Rovi, si Elaine. Game. Sige. If you have taken StatCon in the past, pwede ka ring sumagot. Siyempre, welcome tayo dyan. Go, go, go na daw, sabi ni Mr. Canoso. Huwag mo akong madaliin, bro. Lalag pa tong example ko eh. O game, bibigay na ako ha. Let's start. Number 1. Civil law versus common law. Civil law versus common law. Fastest fingers first na lang to. Ano? Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Civil law versus common law. Stat ko ng subject. Ano? Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Fastest fingers first, sabi ni Jeltea Calleja. Basic. Sabi ni Menard, basic. Ivan says basic. Divine Grace says basic. John says basic, 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 basic. Parang, yes. Basic. Yan. Bitcha ay, can I say that? Bitcha basic. I don't think I can say that on a live stream. Sorry. Undo. Oh, okay pa. You're correct. Everyone is correct. Kasi basic na basic talaga tong item na to sa syllabus. Oh, next question. Next question. Related sa number 1. The prevailing system in the Philippines. Civil law ba o common law? Etong tanong na to, is it basic, Goldilocks, technical? Prevailing system in the Philippines. Prevailing system in the Philippines. Prevailing system in the Philippines. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. And everyone says, basic, 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 basic. All of you are correct. Very good. Salamat at sa mga ngayon lang nagparamdam na nabuhayan. Sige. Prevailing system in the Philippines, civil law ba tayo o common law? Yes, you are correct. It's too basic. Anong gagawin natin pag too basic? Aralin pa? Di na. Anong gagawin natin? If it's too basic, do we study? Yes, no, maybe. If it's too basic, what do we do? Babasahin pa ba? Tatambayan? O daanan lang? Wow, sipag talaga ni Divine Grace. Aralin pa rin mabuti. May tip kapatid, lalo na kung 3 weeks before exam. Daanan mo na lang. Kung 6 weeks before the exam, pwede pang basahin. Dadaanan na lang yan. Yan. Yes, you are correct. Miss Masungsong. Daanan lang. Yan. Very good. Prevailing system in the Philippines. O sige. How about this one? Doctrine of the primacy of the Constitution. Ulit. Doctrine of the primacy of the Constitution. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Doctrine of the primacy of the Constitution. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Hala, kawatak-watak na ang aking United Block. Meron nang nagsabi ng basic. Siyempre, si Canoso siya eh. Tatawagin niyang basic yan. Basic yan kay Canoso. Hindi niya tatambayan yan. Dadaanan lang. May nagsabi namang technical. Yakap kapatid. Di pa to technical. Hindi ito technical na topic. Sige. Hindi ito technical na topic. Ito ay pasok sa Goldilocks. If I were to say anything about this, it occupies the gap between basic and Goldilocks. Dito ba tumambay? Primacy of the Constitution? Yes. Pwede tong tambayan. Pwede. It's an important topic. Pero, I'm gonna say this is the Goldilocks zone. Pasok siya sa Goldilocks zone. In the past, tatawagin ko siyang hindi Goldilocks. In between siya ng basic at saka ng Goldilocks. Sige. I hope I'm making sense, ha? I hope you can follow. Pakitype nga ang follow if you're getting the concept, the hack here. Pakitype nga if you can follow. Yan. I'm glad you can follow. Sige. Salamat ha. Salamat, malinaw-linaw pa to. Sige. Oh, let's look at another topic under StatCon. The power of the President to issue ordinances. The power of the President to issue ordinances. The power of the President to issue ordinances. The power of the President. The power of the President to issue ordinances. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Pili tayong isa. Oh, basic daw, sabi ni Miss Abulensya. Pwedeng basic to kung dinaanan nyo lang. Pero it's actually a very technical topic. Lalo na when you get to administrative law, admin code. Very technical to. Kung susundan nyo yun. Pero sa StatCon, for the purposes of StatCon, it's Goldilocks lang. Tama na naman si Mr. Canoso. It's a technical topic elsewhere in another subject. Pero for purposes of StatCon, pasok siya ng Goldilocks and technical. Technical to sa ibang subject. Pero sa StatCon lang, Goldilocks. Let's look at another example. Presumption of constitutionality. Presumption of constitutionality. Presumption of constitutionality. Ano to? Is it basic, Goldilocks, technical? Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Presumption of validity and constitutionality. Presumption of validity and constitutionality. Ano to? Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Nako. Jeff Cat 316. We're actually, Jeff, I'm gonna call you Jeff, bro. We're actually playing a game. Ang premise kasi ganito. When it comes to law school questions, if a question is too basic, hindi tinatanong sa exam. If it's too technical, hindi rin siya itinatanong. Kung itatanong man siya, it's within the context of a doctrine. In between them is the Goldilocks zone. Not too basic, not too technical. I'm mentioning topics under statutory construction. Tapos, pipili tayo ng isang sagot. Is it too basic, technical, or Goldilocks? Sige. Ang question na natin ngayon ay presumption of validity and constitutionality. Presumption of constitutionality. Is it basic, technical, or Goldilocks? Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Oh, babakread na ako ha. Mula kay Jeff. Tapos titignan ko na ang inyong mga sagot. Oh, bakit ang konti nang sumagot? Presumption of validity. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. I need your active participation because I'm not feeling well tonight. So, please, answer. Presumption of validity and constitutionality. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Audrey says technical. Hindi pa. Goldilocks zone siya kung statcon. Presumption of constitutionality. Anywhere else. Probably polyrev. Basic siya dun. Yan. Goldilocks zone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Basic is the rule in statutory construction. Correct. Yan lagi mga bungad. Sige. Yan. Sige. Let's do a doctrine. Let's do a doctrine. How about this doctrine? Fariñas versus Executive Secretary. Fariñas versus Executive Secretary. Fariñas versus Executive Secretary. Ay, may spammer tayo. How do I remove you? Paki-report nga siya. Sorry ah. Paki-report yung spammer, please. Thank you. Fariñas, sorry for that interruption. Hindi naman natin lahat gusto na may spammer na ganun. Probably a bot, not a person. Sige. Let's go back to our discussion. Sorry Fariñas versus Executive Secretary. Kaso to ha? Kaso. Fariñas versus Executive Secretary. Ano to? Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Yan, Miss Mengulyo, magpulis ka na lang. Add ka nga kitang moderator. Dapat nauunahan mo kami sa mga ganyan. Sa law school bootcamp nyo, yung biddle nyo ha. Awayin nyo. Okay. Fariñas versus Executive Secretary. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Mamaya bro. Ano to? Fariñas versus Executive Secretary. Fariñas versus Executive Secretary. Goldilocks. Correct. Correct. Ito. Mr. Canoso, what is Article 8 of the Civil Code? Canoso, huwag kang titingin sa caudal. I-type mo. Article 8. Hello, Marie! Hello, Marie! Thank you at nandito ka. Happy birthday, Marie. Yan. Judicial decisions form part of the law of the land. How about this topic? Stare decisis. Hindi siya stare decisis eh. Yung caudal provision lang muna. Yung judicial decisions form part of the law of the land. Is it basic, technical, Goldilocks? Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Siyempre, hintayin natin sumagot si Marie. Marie, sa StatCon daw, kunwari, itong topic na judicial decisions under Article 8, is it basic, technical, Goldilocks? Hintayin natin si Marie. Kasi birthday ni Marie eh. Hintayin natin sumagot si Marie. Naku, pag hindi sumagot si Marie, end of stream na to. Judicial decisions. Article 8 form part of the law of the land. Basic, correct. Marie, for the win. Tama. Sige. Very, very good. Kapag basic, dadaanan, tatambayan, o iiyakan? Pili tayong isa. If a topic is too basic, ano to? Dadaanan, tatambayan, iiyakan. Pili tayong isa. Dadaanan. Very good. Guys, salamat sa inyong participation for the 6, maybe 7 people of you. Oh. Iiwanan. Nice one, Miss Abulencia. Nako, may post-game gaming na naman to. Pagkatapos. Sige. Oh, how about this one? How a bill becomes a law. How a bill becomes a law. How a bill becomes a law. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. How a bill becomes a law. How a bill becomes a law. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Nako, Jeltea, it could be too basic. Yes, I agree. It's probably too basic. Pero, realistically, 30 to 35 points ng inyong midterm sa StatCon manggagaling sa how a bill becomes a law or any other question around this concept. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is Goldilocks. Tapos, kung makikita nyo siya sa syllabus, eto dapat ang tatambayan. Correct, Maynard. Goldilocks zone siya, hindi siya technical. Pero, lagyan nyo ito ng star, ng puso, ng whatever symbol that you use. It's part of the Goldilocks zone and it's also where the bulk of the questions. Itong 80-20 rule. Kung ang criminal law 1 ay merong Article 11 at GMAA, ang StatCon merong ganito, how a bill becomes a law. Yes, how a bill becomes a law. Testify sa mga nag-StatCon na. Tinanong ba to, how a bill becomes a law? Tinanong ba ito sa inyo? Sa amin, 35 points to. Kay Lady Justice something. Tinanong ba to nung StatCon kayo, how a bill becomes a law? How a bill becomes a law. Could be basic, could be technical, pero it's probably there, right there, sa Goldilocks zone. Ito ang dapat pusuan, lagyan ng star, lagyan ng 2 star. Kasi tinatanong to. Diyan nakatambay ngayon sa how a bill becomes a law. Yan. Very good. Jessie. Yes, it's live, bro. Basic sa constitutional law, pero sa StatCon, tambayan ng prof na yun. Yan, very good. Sige. You are following this concept nito, ha? Natutuwa naman ako na nagigets nyo na tong basic technical Goldilocks. If it's clear to you, please type clear. Please type clear kung clear pa itong discussion natin. Shoutout ulit kay Marie. Happy birthday. Clear? Pakitype lang clear kung malinaw-linaw pa. Naku, sabi ni Divine Grace, clearer than water. Yung water ba may kape? Ganun na ba siya ka-clear? Cherry Carlos, thank you. Yes, hello Marie ulit. Happy birthday. Clear. Thank you. At malinaw na sa inyo ito. Let's do 2 more examples and then let's move on to my next point on this live stream. Sige, tatanungin ko lang kayo ng... Teka. Tingin nga tayo sa ano. Let's do 2 more examples sa StatCon. Tapos tingin tayong ibang subject. Effectivity of laws. Effectivity of laws. Effectivity of laws. Excuse me. Effectivity of laws. Basic technical Goldilocks. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Validity of laws. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Could be basic. Very good. Could be basic. Ano problema kapag basic yung mga concepts? Anong ginagawa ng prof kapag basic ang mga mga concepts? Ang bulto ng syllabus niya ay parang bit siya basic. Can't say that on a stream. Blip ya basic lang. Anong ginagawa? Sige. If a topic is basic, ulit ha, if a topic is basic, from time to time, your professors will combine 2 basic concepts. Rules, provisions, or doctrines. It's called compounding. Kapag pwede silang matanong, pero paghahaluin sila. Pwedeng low points, pero ang dalawang basic kapag pinagsama mo, pwede yung manganak. Compound question. Pwedeng pagsamahin ang dalawang basic na concepts. Let's take an example. O ito. Basic ang presumption ng constitutionality. Kapag kinombine siya sa stare decisis, again, another basic concept. Can you have a technical problem? If you combine 2 basic rules, concepts, provisions, doctrines, is it possible na manganak sila ng Goldilocks o technical? Ma-upgrade sila from basic to Goldilocks or basic to technical? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Maynard says yes. Canoso says yes. Yes. Oh, for the 5 people of you who said yes, you guys are correct. Kapag nag-combine ng dalawang basic, pwede silang ma-upgrade to Goldilocks. That's why hindi sila nilalampasan. If a question is too basic, daanan nyo lang once and that's enough. Pero hindi natin sila tatambayan. Sige. Thank you. Thank you. Clear pa ba Can you type clear? Can you type clear? Type clear. Yes, thank you. Mas malinaw pa daw sa love life niya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, let's move on to another subject. Let's talk about property. Let's talk about property. Ownership. 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 Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Excused muna mga first year, first semester. Tayin lang natin sa magot tong mga second year natin. Ownership. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Pwedeng basic kung titignan mo lang yung definition. Pero pwede mo na tong likutin. Pwede siyang maging technical. Ownership, the definition, it's easy. Pero pwede silang Jessery, please send me a PM kapatid kung off-topic ang iyong tanong. Okay. Basic, syempre, ownership. Yan. Ownership could fall sa Goldilocks zone. Depende yung gaano kalikot ang prof. Pero sure, tinambayan nyo to. Right to accession. Right to accession. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Right to accession. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Sasabihin ni Canoso, basic. Exempted si Canoso. Hindi natin bibilangin yung sagot niya. Goldilocks naman daw. Pero it's one of the technical topics ng property. Actually. Technical to Goldilocks. That's how I would classify this. Right to accession could be complicated. Hello, John Smith. Welcome to our live stream. Yan. Oh, one more sa property before we move on to the next topic. Alluvium versus avulsion. Alluvium, avulsion. Ano to? Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Nako. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Ano na to? Nagkawatak-watak na yung mga second year. Could be very basic kung definition lang. Pero pag kinombine ito sa iba, could be Goldilocks. Pwedeng lumampas. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this basic. Pwedeng mag-pass. Sige. Oh. Sige. Last. Quieting of title. Quieting of title. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Quieting of title. Sagot. Quieting of title. Quieting of title. Quieting of title. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Uy, Menard, hindi. Hindi ito sobrang technical. Hindi ito sobrang technical. Nasa prof kung gagawin yan technical. Pero pwede itong ma-breakdown. Goldilocks to. Sagot ko sa quieting of title, Goldilocks, asahan yung itatanong. Sige. Goldilocks sa LTD, oo. O nga no. Technical sa property, Goldilocks sa LTD. Pwede. Pero parang kung ako lang, I'm gonna call this basic sa LTD. Goldilocks sa property. Okay. Pero ano bang alam ko sa property? Lagi akong pinapalabas ng prof ko eh. Kita matutulungan dyan. Sige. One more point I'd like to make pagdating sa Goldilocks rule. Bago natin iwan yung Goldilocks rule. You can send the PM, Jessery, sa Facebook. Hanapin mo lang yung magandang lalaki sa Facebook na green ang background at blue ang manggas. Hanapin mo lang yan. Sige. One last point pagdating sa Goldilocks rule. Out of 13 questions, lahat yan, numbers 2 to 11 will come from the Goldilocks zone. Ulit. From 1, kung may exam ka na 13 questions, 13 items, questions number 2 to 11 will appear sa Goldilocks zone. Questions number 1 at saka yung dalawa sa likod, sila ay manggagaling mula sa technical. Meaning, kapag sumagot ka ng exam at ma-perfect mo yung exam mo, nang sasagutan mo lang yung numbers 2 to 11, pwedeng perfect ka na. From 2 to 11, papasa ka na. Pero, yung dalawa sa dulo at yung una na panira ng diskarte could probably come from technical zones. The last 2 questions, kapatid, sila madalas ang tinatawag, at least during my time, sila yung tinatawag na tanong top-notcher. Ito yung mga tanong that are designed by your professors for the best in the class to distinguish themselves. Siguro sa inyong henerasyon, hindi na sila tinatawag na tanong top-notcher. Baka tinatawag na silang tanong kanoso. Mga tanong na dinesign para kay Mr. Canoso. Tanong top-notcher. Last 2 questions. Makasagot ka ng somewhat related doon sa tanong top-notcher, you get partial points. Masapul mo siya sa ulo and your professor will remember you. During my years in law school, kaya tinatawag ko silang alas. Tinatawag ko silang alas. Kasi the last 2 questions, dito ako bumabawi. This is how I'm able to distinguish myself. Okay. Itong mga tanong na to. There have been awkward moments kung saan no one in the class gets the last 2 questions. Usually dahil hindi na inaabot doon. Hindi na inaabot yung mga kaklase, hindi na nila inaabot. Pero ako, I usually tend to save my best performance for last. Saving my best for the... Anyway, madalas akong pag chine-checkan na yung mga booklets at dinidiscuss sa klase yung mga sagot, madalas akong pinapatayo for the last 2 questions. Na-awkward ako. Kasi tatanungin ako kung paano ko nasagot. Usually, ang sagot ko, tsamba lang. Kasi I'm incredibly shy and awkward in real life. Hindi ako nakakasagot na, parang kung sa buong klase namin, buong block namin, yung mga tanong kanoso, ako lang yung tumama ng somewhat related. There was this one professor, si Dean, hindi ko napapangalanan. Si Dean, super important na tao. Pinagalitan niya ako, sigaw siya agad. Mr. So-and-so, how did you get this problem? Sabi niya, no one in your class, no one in your block got these 2 questions. How did you arrive at these answers? Did you cheat, Mr. So-and-so? Siyempre, na-awkward na ako. Gusto ko na lang umupo, lamunin ng lupa, sana mag-bell na, ganun. And unfortunately, I had to defend my honor. Sabi ko na lang, Sir, if you say that no one in the class got the answer, then how did I cheat? How can I cheat in your class, sir, if no one else got the answer? Pwede ba natin yung tawaging shining moment? Pwede, no? Pero pag ganun, I show them how I arrived at the answer. Parang, there is usually one topic na na-miss nila. One attack sa ano. Wait lang hydration break before we move on to the next topic. Sige. I remember one of those tanong top notcher. Kasi, paano ba? Mahaba yung facts. Tapos, the problem revolves around this. Si X, Y, and Z ay mga natural-born Filipinos. Tapos, nag-migrate sa US. Bumalik sila sa Pilipinas. Tapos, they are now seeking posts sa election. Naku, napaka-timely pala. Tapos, kung babasahin mo yung facts, parang nililid ka na sumagot ng Paula Manzares, V. Comelec. Can you follow? Haba ng kwento ko Si X, Y, and Z, Filipinos, moved, migrated. Some of them, 1 or 2 of them earned dual citizenship. Tapos parang nililid ka, puro citizenship yung tanong, yung facts. Tapos parang nililid ka na sumagot ng Paula Manzares. Parang kung titingnan mo lang yung problem, parang umiikot dun sa residency citizenship nila. Heto ang problem. Ito yung what was being asked in the problem is this. Can X, Y, and Z register as voters? Can X, Y, and Z register as voters? Hindi. Can X, Y, and Z run for ganitong posisyon? Parang yung tatay mayor, vice mayor yung asawa, tapos yung anak SK. Ay hindi, SK yung anak konsehala. Sige. Yan ang tanong. Parang nililid ka na sumagot ng qualified sila. Yes. Kasi parang ang arguments kasi nila more on sa qualification Tapos ang kaso, may isang small fact doon na medyo tinago rin ni Dean. Na-mention niya na nagpaparehistro sila bilang botante March na. Kaya ang sagot ko, simple lang, X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z cannot file their X, Y, and Z cannot file their certificates of candidacy because they are not registered voters. Second paragraph, cite ako ng codal provision by express provision of the Omnibus Election Code. X, Y, and Z ay by express provision ng Omnibus Election Code, the period for registration, sinite ko siya. Tapos they are now seeking to be registered ng March na. Therefore, for these reasons, basta sinagot ko na lang na ganun. March na, yun pa lang ay paparehistro. Yun ang atake ko dun sa problem. Layo ng approach ko. Tinatanong ni Dean, ano ko naabutan yun? Sabi ko, I focused on what you were asking. What you were asking, precisely what you were asking in the problem. What was being asked here is whether or not they can be candidates. My answer is no because they're not registered voters. They cannot insist on being registered ng March. So, public service announcement parehistro. Sige. Jessery, pwede kang mag-PM. Hanapin mo na lang yung Lex in Motion sa Facebook. Yan. Sorry, napahaba kwento ko. Yan ang shining moment ko kay Dean. Anyway. Nasa atake talaga din nasa way ng pagsagot. And that's something we always cover pagdating sa coaching. Okay. I don't ever advertise coaching. Not overtly at least. Pero coaching is something na we've been helping retakers, refreshers over the past 2 years, maybe. Okay. Sige. Let's move on to the last and probably most important. Yes. Yan. How to cram for your exams. Pwede bang pakibilang kung ilang weeks pa bago ang inyong exam period? Kailan ang midterms nyo? Is it 6 weeks away, 2 weeks away, 1 week away, or tomorrow? Please type para alam ko anong uunahin kong discuss. Kasi I'm gonna talk about something I'm not very proud of. I'm gonna show you how to cram. 4 weeks away, sabi ni Abulencia. Good. Sige. Gano'ng kalayo exams nyo? 1 week away, 2 weeks away. Sulat. Weeks away na lang ang isulat natin. Kasi baka hindi ko na makompute yung mga dates. Monday, nako. Hello Kat, welcome sa ating stream. Ilan pa exam mo? Sige. 3 months away. Layo pa. Okay. Pagsama-samahin na natin ang discussion ng mga kung 2 to 3 weeks away, 2 or more weeks away before your exam, may lehitimong paraan pa para kayo ay makaaral. Sige. Paano ang aral pag-exam? Step 1, kumuha ng calendar at saka panulat. Go over all of your exams and exam dates. Tignan mo yung schedule mo para alam mo kung ilang oras pa, ilang araw pa at ilang oras pa, ilang minuto pa ang iyong aral. So kunwari, let's take a look at a concrete example. Miss Helly, ikaw, kailan first exam mo? Sarap sana nito eh kung naririnig din natin siya. Heli, kailan first day mo? Nako, not responsive na. Sige. You look at your calendar and then you look at how many days pa bago ang yung exam. Tapos, you go back to your subjects. Ilista mo lahat ng subjects mo. Tapos, may kananes assessment kung ilang oras ang kailangan mo para mag-aral ng StatCon. Kaya na ba ang 2 araw? Kaya ba ang 1.5? At kasya pa ba sa iyong schedule? If yes, plot it down. Basta during your exam week, magbigay ka ng, dapat hindi ka nag-aaral after exams. Yun lang yung rule. Kung mag-e-exam ka ngayon, dapat wala kang aaralin on a Friday night. Itulog mo ng maaga yan. October 25, we have maybe how many days remaining? Ipa-plot mo. Step 1, plot the number of days you have. Tapos distribute it across your subjects. That's step 1. Tignan mo kung ilang araw ang kakailanganing aral. Kunwari, Heli, saan ka nahihirapan? Give me a subject na nahihirapan ka. Oh, I cannot share your calendar and I also cannot look at it. Sayang. Saan ka nahihirapan, Heli? Heli, give me a subject na nahihirapan ka. Wala. Komportable si Miss Heli sa lahat ng subjects niya. Kung ganyan, ikaw ay Lods. Thank you. Another Canoso in the making. Mga walang subject na nahihirapan. Sige. Kapag nahihirapan ka kunwari sa StatCon, you give it extra days. Kunwari madali sa iyo ang legal philosophy. Naman, ano pa ba ihihirap ng legal philosophy? Eh di, laktawan na yan or day of the exam na lang ang aral dyan. Kung nahihirapan ka sa Cram, lagyan mo ng extrang araw ang Cram. Pwedeng lagyan mo siya ng 3 days na review para sa ano. Tapos, if you're a hardworking working law student, now would be a good time to file your leave. To use up your leave credits. Cram. Okay. Nahihirapan ka sa Cram, bigyan mo ng mga kung ilang araw mo, hindi kasi natin mapaplat eh. Hirap kasi wala tayong basis. Pag Cram, lagyan mo 3 araw. Tapos 1 day for legal philosophy. 1 day for legal writing. 2 days for consti. 1 day for StatCon. Parang i-distribute mo lang na ganun. Sige. Now would be a good time to use your leave credits din. Okay. Step 2. Para sa week mismo ng exam, I encourage you to sleep early, sleep well, eat well. Sa exam week, pinakamasarap ang kain ko. I actually have a ritual na pag magsa-start na yung exam week, kakain ako ng pinakamasarap that I can afford. Parang bibitayin, ganun. Pinakamasarap na meal na maiisip mo. Pwedeng 1 buong box ng stuffed crust na bagay. Tsaka isang 1.5 liter nung green na bagay na masarap pag malamig. Can't mention brands eh. Can't mention brands on the stream. Pero ganun ang exam week ritual ko. Magsasabay ang 2 bagay na yan. 1 buong box ng stuffed crust na bagay at saka 2 liters or 1.5 liters nung green na bagay na maraming commercial. O sige. You eat well, you sleep well, and then on the days na matulog ng maaga, you should be well rested during your exams. Wala nang masyadong aral na nagaganap dyan, puro practice exam lang ang laban. Sige. Nako, si Canoso daw, pansit canton lang sapat na. Wala eh. Meron din akong ganyang ritual. Pero, can I say ito na stream? Anong ginawa ni Leonidas bago sila lumaban? Anong ginawa ni Leonidas bago sila nag-march papunta doon sa corridor nila? Sige. Pinayo yun sa akin eh. Tas nakatulong naman. Dapat nagli-Leonidas ka bago ka. Sige. Kailangan mag-Leonidas ka bago ka mag-exam. That helps for me too. Okay. At huwag kayong magko-comment ng sana all may Leonidasin. Okay. Okay. Basta Miss Helly, yan ang tip ko sa'yo. Bigyan mo lang ng ekstrang araw ang cream. Tapos kumain kang masarap during your exam. Tapos mag-Leonidas ka kung pwede. Sayang. Huwag nyo akong kukomentan ng sana all may Leonidasin. Wag. Tayong ganyan. Sorry, Miss Abulensya. Okay. For those of you, kung 3 weeks away ang exam, sapat na at nakikita mo naman na magandang laban mo pa, you probably have enough time to go over your entire materials. Ang tip ko lang is to take your syllabus. Actually, you can do this. Is to take your syllabus. Tapos, identify nyo na ngayon yung topic na basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Congratulations, Ruel. Now would be a good time na mag-Leonidas din bago exam. Okay, congratulations sa inyo. Kung walang syllabus, ito ang alternative nyo. Kung walang syllabus sa inyong subject, take your textbook. Tapos tignan nyo yung table of contents. Take your textbook, table of contents. Doon ka magsulat-sulat ng basic technical Goldilocks. Basic technical Goldilocks. Doon ka lang. Doon ka sa table of contents magsususulat. And yan, pagsamahin lang yan. Plot your time, plot your schedule, mag-Leonidas, kumain ng masarap, practice exams, and then review. No, not necessarily in that order. And use your 3 weeks para mag-review. I know the slide says how to cram for your exams. So I hope you're listening. Please type listening if you're listening. Yes, Miss Haley, thank you. Kung 1 month before, 6 weeks before, nagsa-start ka na. Please type listening kasi I'm gonna teach you how to cram. And I'm not proud of this. Kaya minsan ko lang siyang sasabihin. Pahapyawan ko lang. Please type listening. Sige. Thank you for the 8 people maybe who are listening. 9. Sige. Ganito. This is how you cram for your exams. Step 1. Take a copy of your syllabus. Step 1. Take a copy of your syllabus. Tapos, close your eyes and then put yourself inside the shoes of your professor. Kung baligtad ang mundo at ikaw ang magpapa-exam, saan ka magtatanong? Take your syllabus. Get inside the mind of your professor. Teka koy, mamaya ko'y didiscuss yan. Ito muna yung kung 1 week before or may 2 days before. Take your syllabus, close your eyes, and put yourself in the mind of your professor. If you have 12, maybe 20 questions to ask, saan ka magtatanong? Ulit. Put yourself in the mind of your professor. And then, look at the topics. Saan ka magtatanong? If you have 12 to 20 questions to spend, saan ka magtatanong? Am I making sense? Yes, no, maybe. Am I making sense pa? Pakitype nga, sense, if I'm making sense. If you have 12 to 20 questions, saan ka magtatanong? If you have 12 to 20 questions, saan ka magtatanong? Thank you. Thank you. Glad I'm still making sense, ha? Sige. Mula doon sa topics kung saan ka magtatanong, markahan mo yan sa yung syllabus o sa table of contents ng yung libro. My tip here, kung for those of you na pwedeng I'm not making sense, salamat, I'm making sense. For those of you probably watching sa replay or anyone else who na nalalabuan pa sa part na to, always focus on all of the things a new lawyer ought to know. Always focus on all of the things that are expected from you after you pass the subject. Halimbawa, walang nakakapasa ng criminal law 1 nang hindi naiintindihan ng GMA. So focus ka dun. Walang lumalabas ng StatCon nang hindi alam ang validity and effectivity of laws. Walang lumalabas ng StatCon nang hindi naiintindihan ang how a bill becomes a law. Dun lang. All of the things a new lawyer ought to know. Sige. Step 2. Mag-codal ka. Go over the codal provisions. About 80% actually of all the questions you will ever encounter in law school can be answered with a combination of the codal provisions plus landmark cases or cases that have defined the law for us. Kung pagsasamahin natin yan, codal, saka yung mga pinaka-importanting kaso, that's about really 20% ng yung material. Kaya ang isang malinis na basa ng codal, tapos isang malinis na basa ng codal kasama yung focus sa lahat ng topics na minarkahan mo doon sa mind of the professor moment mo. Kayang-kaya yan sa loob ng 3 hanggang 6 na oras. Most of the time, sapat na rin yung 6 na oras na yan para makapasa. Hindi most of the time. Minsan lang. Minsan, sapat na yung 6 na oras na codal na yan para mo makapasa. Paminsan-minsan lang, ha? Pero hindi palagi. Sige. Step 4. Kumuha ng 1/4 sheet of paper. Write down, tapos fold it into quarters, and then take 1/4 at a time. Write all of the things that you have learned. Write all of the things na alam mo. Mula doon sa iyong binasa. Pag nakapuno ka na ng 1/4, open the page. Ang hirap i-explain naman kung nakatingin lang kayo sa PowerPoint. Pwedeng wala ba tayong classroom dyan na pwedeng okupahin para makita nyo kung paano tinutupi yung papel. Doon nyo isusulat lahat ng alam nyo. And then another quarter, and then another quarter. Do this until mapuno nyo yung 8 na 1/4 sa isang buong legal size paper. Yan ang tinatawag na cheat sheet. Yan na pinaka-reviewer nyo. Never cheated during exams. Ito yung tinatawag na cheat sheet. Sulatin nyo lang yan. Burn it kung may lighter pa kayo. Just before the exam, throw it away. Tear it up, throw it away. Mahirap ang may hawak ka na ganyan sa loob ng exam room kapag face-to-face. Tapon yan. We don't take that inside the exam room. I tear it up. I burn that cheat sheet. Kasi it reminds me of my shame, my guilt. Papasok ako sa exam room ng eto lang ang alam. Di ba nakakahiya? Yes, no, maybe. Ang lahat ng alam ko sa isang subject ay kayang-kayang magkasya sa isang yellow legal pad. Di ba? It's nakakahiya. Sige. Clear pa ba? Can I ask? Clear pa? Alam nyo naman ang prinsipyo ko sa buhay, no? Student left behind. If it's still clear, sulat lang. Pakisulat nga, clear. Pakisulat na clear. Yes. Thank you. Sige. Thank you. Still making sense. And finally, the last step sa aking how to cram for your exam. Step 3. When you start taking your exam, magtiwala ka na lang na yung mga tanong ay manggagaling sa inaral mo. Sa codal provisions na pilit mong sinaulo at ilang kaso na pinanghahawakan mo. Real talk lang, kapatid. If you're going to cram for an exam in law school, wala na yan. Wala na yan, kapatid. Dumaan ng ilang buwan o isang buong semester na wala kang matinong aral. Maaaring kasalanan mo rin because you made a series of bad decisions. Again, not judging you. Or you could have mixed with negative influences during the semester. Pwedeng nasa headset gang ka at inasa mo doon mo sinandalang yung aral. Pwede ring hindi mo na kayang mag-aral for the sake of your mental health. The reasons are plenty. The excuses even more so. All you can do right now is just put your head down and do all that you can to save your midterm grade. Para sa mga mag-e-exam ng Lunes, so wala na talagang time para mag-prepare. Tiwala na lang talaga na yung mga tanong na itatanong sa inyong exam ay manggagaling sa mga topics na inaral mo, sa mga codal provisions na pilit mo talagang minimemorize. Sabi nga ni Ned Stark, the only time we can truly be brave is when we are afraid. When you find yourself at the very edge of all of your doubts and fears, when you're at the brink of certain failure, and believe me, kapatid, I've had those moments. When you've done all that you can and none of it ever seems enough. I find myself letting go and just letting God fill in the rest. Can I pray for you tonight? Pwede ba? Can I pray for you tonight? For the 6, 7, 8, 9 people still listening at 11:37 p.m. Can I pray for you? Yan. Thank you. Kala ko walang mag-yes eh. Kahit isang piraso lang ang mag-yes sa inyo, magdadasal pa rin tayo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sige. I invite you now to just close your eyes, put your hands over your chest, and say these words after me. Father, we come to you now, standing on the very edge of all that we fear. We all fear failure in law school. We come to you now full of guilt over the bad choices we have made in the last few months, few weeks. Full of regret over all the bad breaks we received during the semester. Malas sa recit, malas sa quiz, at hindi rin natatawag sa mga araw na aral tayo. We are deeply sorry for not making most of what you have given us. We are sorry for not being at our best. We are sorry for all the chances we have missed. Father, we surrender to you all of our doubts, all of our fears, all of our anxieties. We lift up to you all of our dreams, all of our hopes, and all of our tears. All we have right now, right here, right now, in the days and weeks to come, is your promise that in your infinite wisdom, you have called each and every one of my friends here who are joining me tonight. You have called all of them by name. You have called us to be lawyers with love, lawyers with compassion, lawyers for your service, who will one day bring justice where there is none. In a special way, O God, we also remember people who are sick during this pandemic. Speak words of healing upon them, O God. We command every cell of their bodies, every tissue, every organ to be rid of COVID-19. We also thank you for all those who will not sleep tonight, for those who are still awake at 11:40 p.m., our medical frontliners and everyone else who is standing guard between us and this disease. For our midterms, O God, for our coming exams, remind us always that if we have to suffer for that, help us suffer with grace. I pray that each and every one of my friends here who are listening, praying with me right here, right now, that in the days and weeks to come, please, God, give them the grace to complete our mission, our calling, however long it takes, all in your perfect time. This we ask in the mighty name of Jesus we pray. In the mighty name of Jesus we pray. Amen and amen. Salamat kapatid. Thank you for joining me tonight. Wow, 2 minutes 38 seconds. 2 hours 38 minutes. Thank you. Salamat kapatid. Sinamahan mo ko ngayon sa live stream na to. That being said, meds, thank you Nabi. Nandito pa ang aking meds. Not taking them yet. Kasi I want to open the floor for questions. If you have questions on how to prepare for your exams, now would be a good time to ask them. Sagutin natin lahat yan. Sagutin natin. May mga tanong ba tayo? Salamat din, each and every one of you. Ivan, si Negre, and si Lynn. Thank you for your support. Salamat. Let's do questions. Meron pa bang magtatanong? Meron. 'Meron. 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 ' Questions. I want to see questions. Paano ang paghahanda sa Consti? Okay. Paano ang paghahanda sa Consti? During your entire semester sa constitutional law, alam nating lahat na mahaba siya, matrabaho siya, maraming kaso. Maraming mga professors ngayon na ba diskarte nila? Parang reporting na lang ng kaso. Gets? Parang ang bidel nag-a-assign na lang ng paisa-isang kaso. Na siya na lang aaralin ng estudyante tapos doon at doon ka na lang din matatawag. Kung matatawag ka man, ire-report mo lang yung kaso na yun. Okay. Biggest mistake you could make for constitutional law is to read only the cases that are assigned to you. Worst mistake yun. Absolutely. Dahil pagdating ng exam, hindi ka naman itatanong na number 1. Cite the doctrine that was assigned to you. Number 2, how is this relevant to constitutional law? Walang ganong tanong. Pagdating sa constitutional law, lahat tinatanong. Lahat ng kaso, they're open. They're up for questions. Sige. Okay. Kaya pagdating sa constitutional law, always invest your time in reading all of the cases, all of the assigned cases. Basta ang kaso ay nasa syllabus, nasa libro, aralin natin. Such that, pagdating ng 6 weeks before your exams, dapat nabasa mo na lahat. Wala kang backlog. Yung 6 weeks before your exam would be a good chance to catch up on all your backlogs. 2 weeks before the exam, gagawa na tayo ng reviewer. Pag sama-samahin lahat ng doctrine sa isang document. Tapos nandun din yung citation. Okay. Sa isang document, preferably Word. Okay. Tapos, what you're gonna do is this. If a doctrine is too basic, delete nyo na. Kapag too technical, dyan lang muna. Basahin natin yung document from top to bottom. The basic doctrines you delete. Technical doctrines you retain. Goldilocks doctrines, dyan lang muna. Basa, delete until your document. Until you are able to shrink your document to 12 to 20 pages. Yan na ang magiging reviewer mo sa constitutional law. Sige, yan ang panghahawakan mo 2 weeks before the exam and until the day of your exam. For everything else, practice ng pagsagot. I hope that answers that, Miss Abulencia. Lynn, salamat sa pagsalba sa akin sa exam ko kanina. Thank you rin, kapatid. Pero ikwento mo sana sa PM. Kwento mo. Salamat ulit, Nabi. Jeff, oo naman. Nababagsak kayong lahat. Pwede. Nangyayari yan. Pero pag ganyan, pwedeng scare tactics. Pero what I usually do, yun nga. Kung nandito ka na sa stream kaninang simulang-simula, if a professor asks me to drop his or her course, ang lagi kong sagot, I'd like to take my chances. I've taken my chances and I'd like to say I've made most of them. Ang hindi ko na lang talaga nasalba yung 22 ako sa midterms. Parang statistically improbable. Kahit na maka 98 ako, hindi pa rin ako maka 98 man ako ng finals. Hindi ako aabot sa 75. Yun, hindi ko na talaga nasalba yun. Sige. Hope that answers that. Pwede bang bumawi sa finals? Yes. Of course, Yedrock. Kaya nga ang bungad ng ating stream is how to turn water into wine. You have 53 hours to study. Very good. Itong 53 hours na to, gaano katagal per day? 14? 18? Pwede. Is it okay to use bar Q&A to practice answering? No. Kasi your professor will not ask. Probably not ask like a bar questionnaire would. Again, balikan nyo yung Goldilocks zone. If you get into the mind of your professor, they're fairly predictable. Ang kwento Lin. Ay, yung Article 36 na discussion. Probably ng Tuesday, no? Sige. Thank you. Not rest could be procedural. Agra. Think of agra as overlapping closely with consti. Cases na importante, you read all of the doctrines at least once. Kasi mapambabala yan sa exam. Ang maiiwan sa Goldilocks at sa technical zone, yan ang mga dapat aralin talaga. Kung saan kayo tumambay sa klase, halimbawa, doon sa StatCon, Francisco versus HOR, sure ako tatambayan nyo yan. Pag ganun, babalikan. Sige. I don't think I understand your question. Si Chris. Not sure if I understand your question correctly. Kung midterms ang exam nyo, to pass before time kahit konti pa lang ang sagot, siguro make the most out of your time. Plus maglagay ka ng allowance for your uploading. Sige. Hope that makes sense. Ha ha ha. For folks planning to take up law school. Nako. Shameless self-promotion ulit tayo. Ito recommendation ko sa inyo. Join the law school bootcamp. It's like the mock classes on steroids. I'm gonna post the link. Shamelessly promote it. Actually, konti na lang ang slots na open eh. Hindi pa lang ako ina-update ng team. Kung ilan na lang. Pero I'm gonna shamelessly promote this. Sorry kung magkaubusan ng slots. Yan. Law School Bootcamp happening this October 25 to 31. Paano po ang review sa... Thank you, Daryl. Hope that makes sense. Paano po review sa human rights? Human rights, go back to your syllabus tapos apply the Goldilocks rule. If you have 18 to 20 questions, 12 to 25 questions na itatanong, saan ka magtatanong? If a topic is too basic, daanan lang. If it's too technical, could be asked. Aralin pa rin. Pero malamang kaso siya. Tapos, for those in the Goldilocks zone, that's where you spend your time. Second form, yes, Nabi, kasi ikaw ay nasa law school na. Etong link na una, bali yung second form is a petition kung kailan nyo gusto. The team is coming up with the Law School Bootcamp, Law Student Edition. Mas technical na ang tanungan kasi ang presumption nasa law school na kayo. Happening sa sem break ng karamihan. Kung saan magfo-fall ang sem break. Doon natin gagawin yung Law Student Edition. If enough people sign up. Ito tong happening this October, alam ko ilan na lang slots. Pero since I do not have an exact number, I'm gonna continue shamelessly promoting it. Ang target beneficiary ng Law School Bootcamp na to ay ang Grace to be Born. I'm sure you've heard of them. Kanina I shared about what they do. Thank you. Sige. Menard, thank you sa endorsement. Miss Masungsong. Sana shoot pa yan. Pero dahil tumambay ka sa stream na to, PM mo ko pag napagsarahan ka. I got you, fam. Sige. Unang nag-file kasi ng CRIM case, then civil. Oh! PJQ ba? Caudal yan. Sa CRIM Pro. Teka. Tingin nga tayo ng... Hanap nga tayo yung syllabus ng CRIM Pro. Parang wala eh. Kahanap ako ng syllabus na CRIM Pro. Para makakapaglaro ulit tayo ng basic technical. para makapaglaro tayo ng basic technical. Teka. Found one. Ilang tanong muna kayo dyan. Pahingi nga syllabus ng Cram Pro. Wala akong makalkal dito sa desktop na to eh. Sino ba naman kasi nakaisip na kuriputin ng ano? Ivan, yun! Ivan for the win. Oh, may Cram Pro si Ivan. Sahin natin syllabus ni Ivan. Ay! Naku, Ivan. Yung banggitin yung prof mo. O sige. Let's play again. Basic Technical Goldilocks for Cram Pro. Good question. First question. Venue in criminal cases is jurisdictional. Thank you, Ivan, for saving the day, ha? Venue daw in criminal cases is jurisdictional. Is this basic technical Goldilocks? Basic siguro, nako. It's item number 1 of your syllabus. Of course, it's gonna be basic. Of course, it's gonna be basic. Pero ang hirap sabihin na of course, it's gonna be basic kung first year, first semester ka no? Parang ang hirap i-judge ng ano. Kung second year ka na at nakahawak ka na ng marami-raming mga criminal law cases, nadaanan mo na to. So I'm gonna go ahead and say venue is jurisdictional. I'm gonna call this basic, pero it occupies the gap between, realistically it covers the gap between Goldilocks and basics. Basic. Boldilocks. Tawagin ba natin siyang ganun? Parang ang sagwa. Okay. Jurisdiction is determined by the allegations of the complaint. Jurisdiction is determined by the allegations of the complaint. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Menard, I'd like to hear from you. Canoso, are you still here? Basic. Correct. This is basic. How about this one? Procedure before the ombudsman. Procedure before the ombudsman. Procedure before the ombudsman. Procedure before the ombudsman. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Jurisdiction of the ombudsman is almost technical. Menard, you are correct. It's almost technical. Real talk lang ha. Remedial law review ko na to na-appreciate. Kasi nung Cram Pro, minemorize ko lang. Pero mas na-appreciate ko siya sa review. Yes, you are correct. It's between Goldilocks and technical. Yan. Thank you. Ito. Substitution of the information. Substitution of information. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Substitution ng information. Ito. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Could be technical. Could be technical. Depende sa atake ng prof. Pero it's Goldilocks. For purposes ni Navi, I'm gonna call this technical. Nabi, note mo to ha. Sa ito galing. Kulayan mo na. Amendment of information. Nice. O ano to? Amendment of information. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Amendment of information. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Goldilocks. Goldilocks. Independent civil actions. Independent civil actions. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Hindi. Independent civil actions, kapatid. Basic na basic to. Basic na basic to. Kaya hindi ako nagdalawang isip na talunin to eh. Sa coverage ng intro to persons. Na kaya tumalon ako dito kasi sobrang basic nito. Basic ang independent civil actions. Basic, 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 basic. Hindi to masyadong itatanong. Kung may exam ako ng Cram Pro, hindi ko ito itatanong. Masyado ninyo na tong alam. How about this? Death of the accused. Death of the accused. Death of the accused. Death of the accused. Ano? Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Nabi, nagsusulat ka ba? Sulatin mo tong ano mo ha, syllabus mo. Death of the accused. Effects of the death of the accused. Basic. Basic. Basic to. Basic. Actually, hindi eh. Pwede rin tong maging technical kapag ginulong na masyado yung facts. Pag nagkalabo-labo na ng facts, pwede tong maging technical. Lagyan mo to ng star, Nabi, kasi tatanong to. Magtatanong dito. Tsaka sa acquittal. Kapag wala kayong syllabus, always refer to the table of contents ng inyong libro. Shoutouts kay Attorney Bern Guerrero na nagturo sa akin nun. Next item, prejudicial question. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Prejudicial question, PJQ. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. PJQ. PJQ. Basic, Goldilocks, technical. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Basic, technical, Goldilocks. Nasasabi nyo na lang Goldilocks kasi nag-discuss tayo ng Tuesday eh. Pero kung ang estudyante hindi nag-discuss ng ganun, pwedeng technical to. Kasi may mga kaklase akong literal na nasusuka sa problem na to eh. Parang may gag reflex na kapag PJQ na yung discussion. Pero definitely itatanong to. Could be very technical. Kaya nga yun yung premise ko ng Tuesday eh. Kaya ako nag-livestream nun. Kasi technical ang PJQ. Hindi siya madaling intindihin all on your own. Magtatanong ba sa PJQ? Definitely. Papaputol ako ng body part kung walang ganito. Diyan ay tataya ako talaga dito. Laging may isang tanong sa PJQ. Putol tayong body part. PI, arrest, bail. Basic. Rights of the accused, basic. Ang galing naman ng syllabus nyo, Nabi. Meron pa kayong learning objectives. Sipag ni Judge ah. Sipag. Sige. Thank you for this question. Thank you for sharing this, Nabi ah. Nakapaglaro tayo ulit ng basic technical Goldilocks. Sige. Alright. Are there more questions? Yes, no, maybe. Meron pa bang magtatanong? Ako muna ang magtatanong. Sino walang pasok bukas? Sinong walang pasok bukas? Pwedeng mag-yes. Sinong walang pasok bukas? Sino ang walang pasok bukas? Abulensya, may pasok ka bukas? Wala na siya. Gabi pa. Naku, Menard. Sige. Tingnan natin sino mga walang pasok bukas. Menard. Abulensya. Talag ka? Post-game gaming? Post-game gaming. Nabi, may pasok ka ba? 8 a.m. Cherry Carlos, you're excused. Jeff, you're also excused. Abulensya, Menard. Post-game gaming, ano ba? Oh, sige. Pwede kang mag-register sa ano? Pwede kang mag-register sa Law School Bootcamp. Gonna post a link. Shamelessly promoting the Law School Bootcamp kahit ang tanda ko ay 3 slots na lang bago tong stream na to. Mingulyo, pwede. Pwede. O post-game gaming. Excuse na sinabi sa post-game gaming. 10 to 12, alanganin. Sige. Bidel, ikaw taya. Ikaw nang balang mag-send sa amin ng post-game gaming link mo. Ha? Sige. Nako, criminology board examinatives, pass ako dyan. Pero pagpasok mo ng law school, I got you, fam. Okay. Any other questions? If there are no more questions and I prayed with you tonight, I'm very happy that we've spent the last 3 hours together. Thank you so much for watching this stream. Maraming salamat. And I will see you all sa post-game gaming. Thank you and good night. Ay, good morning na pala. Thank you and good morning.